Are now calling for the cancellation of power purchasing agreement that have been blamed for the high energy cost in the country. According to Court Secretary General Francis Atwoli, some of the independent power producers are owned by highly placed individuals in the country, making it difficult for them to be held accountable. Speaking while appearing before the Parliamentary Energy Committee, Atwoli says it is unfair that the IPPs are paid in foreign currency, depriving the country's economy of the much needed forex reserves.
We are proposing that the spillage should be reduced, spillage or the electricity that is being used without being counted for must be reduced at Kenya Power by forthwith stopping outsourcing in regards to the maintenance and construction of power lines. They normally outsource private people to install electricity or to build those trunk lines of electricity. And these are people who are not trained by Kenya Power. And after those people having worked for Kenya Power, they are the people who involved in illegal installation of electricity. Kenya Power must have its own people that are trained, employed permanently without outsourcing, and making sure that the engineering instructions of provision of electricity is adhered to, not as it is today. Find cross-creasing of electricity wires instead, without somebody to make sure that these wires are, the construction of electricity lines are constructed in accordance with the engineering instructions on electricity. Kenya Power must provide more meters. Right now we have so many people who are using electricity without meters, simply that there are no meters. And this is where we have or we lead to commercial losses by Kenya Power. Kenya Powers must streamline its procurement process to hasten procurement of critical materials and remove a lot of vested interests in procurement. This one must be done. And we want also to appeal to government. Those well-connected people who own IPPs, their names should be made public so that Kenyans can know them and make sure that electricity is more cheaper.
Chair, as I've mentioned earlier, teachers heavily rely on electricity because after school, but even at school, for their basic requirements, we need to prepare using electricity. When electricity cost is high and we have carried work home, we have reduced motivation to work because sometimes when you go back before you are the learners, like teachers, we are poorly prepared. So workers who face high energy cost feel dissatisfied with their jobs if their income is not sufficient to cover them.